Hey guys, it's olivershutterspeed here again with another photo shoot behind the scenes. And in today's video I shot with my friend Malte. So yeah, basically we started out with some test shoots and I figured out it was still very cold because we actually shot at 10 AM in the morning. But thank God after doing like some test shoots it was getting a bit warmer. And yeah, I also did some close-ups, and after that I also wanted to do some horizontal portraits because my mistake on photo shoots is sometimes that I only do like vertical portraits, and my tip also for you guys is to do like both, like do vertical portraits and horizontal. And you can, for example, work with the rule of thirds when you do like, for example, horizontal shots. And this is also a big benefit, so you have like more photos you can choose from. And then I noticed Malte was just nailing it, and one tip for you guys if you're watching this and when you shoot with manuals is that you ask the model if he can roll up his sleeves, because then the bicep looks much bigger and they also feel much better then. And with May models, they feel, in my opinion, much better if you like also encourage them, play music. And for example, if you let them do different poses, for example, when they cross their arms, they just feel more muscular then. And this is very important because you want the May model to like feel good about himself. So now we are in camera raw, and I'm going to show you now how we can edit this picture for Instagram. And one tip also for you guys, if you're like a model out there and you don't know what to do with your hands or in general with your pose, a very simple pose is like to lean against the wall and just put your hands into your pockets, because then you just feel more relaxed and casual. And the first thing to start off is basically start with the basic panel here. And here we have like, for example, temperature, tint, exposure, contrast, vibrance, saturation. And the first thing what we do is we're going to see here, do we need to do some changes? Are there some areas too dark or too much white? And we're going to first of all add a bit of exposure, a bit of contrast, and then we're going to add some clarity and texture because we want to add some sharpness to the portrait. And here with vibrance, so vibrance is basically a smart way how you can add saturation to your portrait because it doesn't affect the skin tones. Hey guys, it's me again, sorry about this, but I made a mistake. So basically vibrance detects highly saturated areas, for example skin tones, and protects them while increasing the saturation on the rest of the image. So we're going to add some vibrance here, and here you already see a before and after. And the next thing what I do is when I edit my portraits is that we go here on the adjustment brush, and basically with the adjustment brush you can like make changes to a specific area. And for example, if we add like some exposure here and some contrast and we go over this side of the face, you can already see this side of the face is getting more lit up. And here you see a before and after, but I honestly think this is a bit too much. So we're going to lower it to around +10, and we're also going to add a bit of clarity. And here we see a before and after, so that looks pretty good to me. The next thing, and here I have also a tip for you guys, is that when you start a new brushes to also reset your locus correction settings, because otherwise you would work with the same again and we don't want that. And for the next step we're going to add some clarity to the beard. So we're going to raise the clarity and texture, and then we're going to hover over the beard. So here you see a before and after so far, and I'm just going to lower a bit the exposure here because that looks a bit too intense for me. So now we worked on this side on the face, and the next step what I do when I work with my portraits is to see, can we add like more saturation to a specific part. So for the next step we're going to press on K. So we're now back in the basic menu, and here we got our target adjustment tool, and when we press on it we can like hover over this jumper, and then we can also add saturation to this jumper. So it's also a cool way to like target specific areas you want to like add saturation to. And for detail, and here what I like to do is, so the next thing I like to look in this area and see is there any noise, and you just see a little bit here. And to like counter that we can also add a bit of noise reduction. And here we also have our curves. So with curves you can, for example, add a S curve. So for example we can lower a bit the shadows and raise a bit the highlights. So here you see already a before and after. So you can see here, there's definitely more contrast, and this side is also more lit up now. And what I love about Camera Raw is that you can also add effects to your portrait. And when you go with the slider to the right, you have a white vignette, and we want to have like this black vignette. And this makes also the focus more on the model. And the next step, and this is very important for Instagram, so up here we have our crop tool, and we can also press C, so we're going to do that. And we need to change our aspect ratio, because for Instagram we need a 4:5 ratio, so we're going to select that, and we're going to make sure his head is in this top area, like this, and then we can press enter. And this is how I edit my portraits for Instagram. And guys, if you want to see more photoshoot behind the scenes like this, where I show you my photoshoot behind the scenes and edit a portrait, you can let me know in the comments down below. Again, huge thank you to my friend Malte for the great photoshoot. I had a lot of fun, and we also wanted to photoshoot again, so there will be also more content coming from Malte soon. And guys, thank you so much again for watching. Take care of yourself and see you next time. Bye.